Hey guys, welcome. Today we are going to look at how to manage a tire burst when you are driving. Tire bursts are very easy to handle, but if you are not very careful, you might end up escalating the situation and causing a serious accident. Like I said, for all the emergencies, the faster you are driving, the more difficult it is to handle. That is why you are always advised to maintain a considerably safe speed anytime you are driving. So let's say this is your car you are driving and all of a sudden your tire gets burst. How do you manage it? So this is what happens to your car. So I'm going to use maybe a tire at the front. So let's say you are driving and all of a sudden your tire gets burst. What happens? Sorry. So let's say the tire that got burst, I'm basically just removing it just to prove a point. So the part of the tire that got burst would maybe put the weight of the car down on that area. So the tire that got let's say the tire that got burst on this side was on the right side. So you realize that the side of the car would be dragging down the weight of the car, and this is going to affect your steering wheel. So if you don't hold the steering wheel firmly, the car will basically be dragging on and moving in that direction. If it is to the left side too, it's going to be the same thing. So the moment your tire gets burst, first of all, do not panic and stay calm. The next thing you do is that you need to hold the steering wheel firmly straight so that the rims will be straight for the car to keep going straight. This will be difficult because now one tire is very low, so you need to be very firm on the steering. The next thing you do is that you can't afford to do any sudden deceleration or acceleration. So what you do is that if you were accelerating, you reduce the speed gradually. So take your foot off the accelerator gradually. Then you apply the brakes gradually till the car comes to the stop. In the heat of the moment, you might probably panic and out of fear, you would want to slam the brakes at once for the car to stop. This is very dangerous. You need to avoid this. If the car is off balance and you slam the brakes at once, the car can basically spin. The car could, somersault. You might end up escalating the whole situation. So please make sure you don't apply your brakes too suddenly. It has to be gradual to bring the car to a stop. And you always remember to put on your hazard lights to alert other people of your danger. And then you direct the car to a safe place to park. I hope you found this educative and useful. Drop a like. Let me know if ever you've experienced a tire burst in an emergency situation and how you handled it. If the car is moving slowly, like I said, it is very easy to handle. Like you're moving very slowly, all of a sudden, poof, your tire gets burst. You can easily fix it. It becomes dangerous when your car is moving at a very high speed. Now, one more thing before I go. Now, tire bursts are easier to handle when the tire that got burst was on the rear wheel than the front wheel. The front wheels are connected directly to your steering, so you feel the impact sharply when you are driving in your steering wheel. However, if it is the back, you still feel it, but not as much. So you are always advised to make sure that your best tires are always in front. If you don't have money to be changing all four tires, from time to time, at least make sure the front two are okay. You can also practice a system of tire rotation where occasionally you check all your tires and make sure you put the best ones in front and then the worst ones at the back. Bye for now. See you soon and adios.
But the work is done. It always will